How are we doing? Welcome to the my first day of training. We've been out all morning, just getting used to the vehicle really, and we've just stopped here for a 15-minute break. Some of you may know this place if you're truck drivers. It's called Limes. Yeah, so we've the instructor and my learning partner are just draining the main vein, and we shall get on the road again. But this is the truck we've been driving all morning. It's a Scania P20 230. It's a manual box, and we've been had a couple of problems with the box, just trying to get used to it, but I guess that's to be expected. This is Ian, the driving instructor.
We're fine today.
We're alright, we're getting there. It's still locked.
Back too far forward.
better second attempt for Gavin there. Those A cones through the B cones and park up in the hatching area next to the C cones, which in principle would be a delivery dock or whatever, and that's what we're practicing now, and it's found on the new test. This is pretty much exactly the same setup they do. Gavin's doing a good job, nice and steady. And this is your pinch point, where you'd be coming up to the docking area, and the idea is to get halfway into that hatching area to bring it to a stop. At that point you come out and check to see how far you've got before you got to the end of the dock. Very good job. Gavin.
here probably on Tuesday, sometime on Tuesday, just remind yourself. So the reverse, it's not that difficult to think.
That's
to
the
do
only reverse manoeuvre they do.
Yeah. It's just one of the daft things you just learn.
I expected figure eights.
Yeah, no, it's most weird. What they want to do is to create a left-hand bend, create a right-hand bend, and do it accurately. Not going over yellow lines, not hitting the cones, you know, and be the big man if it does go wrong. You know when to stop and do a shunt before you hit stuff, you know. I don't know as it's strict enough for tax personally.
It doesn't seem a lot, does it?
No.
I didn't. I expected a lot more really.
Yeah, we're not making suggestions, eh? But there it is.
You got to think for the car test, it's so many variables.
Yeah.
It's not possible to do four different ones.
Emergency stop, reversing round the corner. You've got your hill start,
What's
That's
your
not a manoeuvre.
parallel parking.
what's your four manoeuvres then? Possibly you got to 3 out of 4.
Turn in the road.
Yeah.
Left reverse.
Yeah.
Parallel park. Bay park. Hill starts don't count as a manoeuvre.
Is it not
And
called
emergency stops don't count as a manoeuvre.
not called 3-point turn anymore, no?
No, you don't put no, it's turning the road. It takes as many times as it takes
Yeah.
within limits.
I still can't parallel park a car, you know.
Really?
I'm fucking useless. I do it, but it's all. I always think, come on, in a lorry, fine, because you see the mirrors. On the car, the tops of the mirrors, I'm something
Will
like.
that get your mirrors in the right place?
Sorry?
Will that get your mirrors in the right place? That mirror especially in the right place?
Yeah.
You've been told off now, this.
I've always, it's alright, it works, but I always think, that was a lie, I think, disgusting.
Well, this way, doesn't it?
Yes, that was two horses.
Some people just abandon the cars in parking bays, don't they?
Oh, yeah. I'll never do that. Fair enough, but I'm not teaching it. And then you get others that, young gal or whatever, your mum's scared to death of doing that, or reversing into
Yeah.
a parking bay. I'm going to show her how to do it.
There's a lot of ladies that are, for some reason, like my wife for one, she hates reversing into a bay. But
Yeah.
I think into a spot like on the side of the road. But I think it's easier reversing in than it is trying to get the car in forwards.
I do. Right, see you Monday.
Hello.
What have we been doing? I started my practical training on Thursday. So I've done Thursday, Friday so far. Today's Saturday. And I'm just about to put this blog up on YouTube. I want to discuss with you some of the things that we've done, how my progress is, and the good and bad that I've experienced. First thing I've got to tell you is that I'm absolutely knackered. It's exhausting doing so little, I guess, because you're concentrating all the while, and the fact that I'm out in a manual truck as opposed to an automatic, that's another hurdle to get across. It's something else to think about, and you have to concentrate so much all the while that by the time you get home you're just cream crackered. So I couldn't be arsed to do this yesterday, so I've been to work today, come back and I'm a bit more chilled out. So some of the stuff we've been doing, we've been taking out the 18-ton Scania. I think it's got the 5-ton ballast on the back. I think that's test specification. We've been driving through Nottingham city centre, which, for those of you that know Nottingham city centre, and I guess it's the same for a lot of cities, a lot of traffic, a lot to deal with, a lot of narrow lanes and whatnot, and it's not really the home of the truck, but these are the kind of places that you have to get through to get to where you want to go, I guess. So yeah, and we've been doing some narrower country lane driving, just so that you, when you come across oncoming traffic, you know how to deal with that, and the size of your vehicle. The biggest thing, and I was bricking it, and it might not sound like much, but I did a downhill start, not an uphill start, a downhill start, and he got me to pull up on quite a steep hill behind a car, not far, about 2 car lengths behind it, and I had to set off to taking into account all the traffic around me, and the fact that there was traffic coming up the hill, traffic coming from a junction, traffic coming from behind me, and all the while I didn't want to roll into the parked car for obvious reasons. And it's just getting it just right there. And, I mean, I did it absolutely fine, but the thought of it really put the jeebs up me. But yeah, well, I've done it, and it was fine. We've as of Monday, we'll have done a total of 14 hours CPC training, and I've got, starting the 20th of July, I've got 3 days of CPC training, classroom based, and that will get me to me 35 hours. So tick, done, great. We've covered the walk round checks that you have to do, filling in your defect sheets. You know, he explained to us, and he's gone at great lengths to point out that you can get fined, I think, is it £35 per bulb that's blown, and when you start looking at marker lights and there's 2 bulbs in the indicators, etc., you can soon be doing your journey for free. So it's important that you check them. On the video, I managed to. It was a beautiful day yesterday. A bit hot out on the tarmac. We're in an old airfield at Langer Airfield, and we set up a reversing rig where you start off at one point, you reverse it in and out, back in through 2 gates into a bay, a bit like you would if you were dropping off a load. I guess that's the idea of the whole test. And you have to leave the rear of your vehicle within the hash markings. You've got to be 75% the way into that. So you don't really want to. I think if you touch that barrier, I think it's you fail that particular part of it. So yeah, I've not been doing too bad. Bear in mind it's a manual gearbox, and I've never driven a 4x4 before. Never had to deal with high and low ratios. I've only ever driven a 7.5 tonne recovery truck, and that was a long while ago, and that we've got a straightforward, I think it was a 5-speed gearbox, maybe in 6-speed, I don't know, but yeah, so that's been taking some deal with. But the biggest thing is, and I've been getting into trouble for it off my instructor, is not using my mirrors. Not so much my offside mirror, but my near side mirror. Without going into too many details, I think he's had a bad experience. Somebody he knows has recently come to grief with a cyclist, and obviously the cyclist didn't come out very well. So I think that really plays on his mind, and he's been getting proper cross with me for not using that particular mirror. So I've been driving along today in my car, like keep looking through the mirror, looking at the mirror, looking at the mirror. So that's a big, and I think that one of you guys, when I asked for any comments, any advice, I think it Lee Cantrell, he said to me, no, it wasn't Lee, anyway, whoever it was said, I can't stress enough, mirrors, mirrors, mirrors. Look in them mirrors every 7-8 seconds, which sounds a bit excessive when you think about it, but bless him, he's right. Yeah, you really need to look at them mirrors. So yeah, so we've got I've got 2 more days of full training, Monday and Tuesday. So I've got the weekend off in between just to hopefully absorb it all a bit. So then we've got Monday and Tuesday. Monday we're going to be doing more town driving and whatnot, because that's where you're going to find most of your hazards, i.e. you've got to get around the corners, not clip curbs, keep your road position, take command of lanes when you need to, all that stuff that those of you already drive understand. Yeah, and then I think we'll be going back onto the airfield